Start those heart rate apps as well as your playlist now. 30 seconds before we begin in catfish. "15 seconds from catfish. Toes will be on that number 1 red line on the carriage. Hands are on those handlebars. That is in 3. Catfish. Your starting position is a tabletop. Push those legs out behind you, extending just far enough that you don't drop that butt. Pulling those legs into hip line. That's your range of motion. Set up a nice slow 4 count each direction, really slowing the pace down. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Focus on those lower abdominals. Halfway. It's a very small move, pushing out at a tabletop, pulling those knees into hips. "15 seconds, we're going to bring it down to bear. Feet remain where they are, hands come down to that platform. Bear, in 3. Bringing it down to bear, pushing out to the full plank, bringing those knees into hips. Trick here is keeping that nice flat butt, never letting it rise or lower, keeping it right at the shoulder height. Perfect job, Tony. You're halfway. "10 seconds. We're going to lower those knees down for wheelbarrow. Bringing those knees down, extending those arms for wheelbarrow. Check those mirrors frequently. Make sure you are where you think you are. Notice how Tony does not allow himself to rest those shoulders over those wrists. He's continually keeping that tension in that core. You're halfway. "10 seconds. We're going to end this core open with the saw. Bring those forearms down to the platform. Saw. Saw is just wheelbarrow on the forearms. It's just a modified kneeling plank. Heart rate is yellow. Favorite saw rest points include shoulders in front of those elbows. Takes the core completely out of it. Perfect chin position, Tony. Your chin should be tucked, as if you're holding an imaginary orange in place, but your gaze should still be forward. Halfway. Heading to our right leg block, floor lunge. In 15 seconds, you're going to step off on the right side, the build wall side for us here, for floor lunge. Right foot will remain on the floor. Left toe is going to find that back carriage, either on that rail, my preference, or in the eyelet, your choice. Transitioning to floor lunge. Sinking down to a deep lunge. Checking to make sure that knee is directly over that ankle. Watch your range of motion and keep constant tension on the muscles we're working. No lock joints. Making sure hips are facing forward. First 30 are down. Halfway. Squeeze those glutes on the right side as you raise and lower. Last 30 seconds, take it into a long jump if you'd like the challenge. Last 15 seconds, we're headed to spider lunge and a spring change. Change that off foot position, spring up. Springing up, 1 red, 1.1 if you'd like. Tony's choosing to choose that far eyelet with his off foot. Notice that knee is nice and high. First 30 are down. Love that locked in position. Looking perfect, Tony. Form looks awesome. Halfway. Can you sink lower into that lunge while keeping that off leg nice and high? Heart rate solidly yellow. Last 30 seconds here. 15 seconds, we're headed to side kicks. We have an option of skating. Tony's going with skating. Stepping up to that platform. Skating on deck or side kicks. Tuck those feet underneath those straps. Make sure that they're even with each other. All that weight goes on that prime leg. That right leg is holding all that weight. Squeeze those glutes. Halfway. If you need to break out, emulate Tony. Break out completely when you're ready to get back into it. Also, you may go into a light skate, so not as deep a range of motion. Last 30 seconds, make it count. Transitioning to reverse running man. You're going to head to the front of the machine, facing the back, kneeling on that front platform. That's in 10. Reverse running man. Dismounting or kneeling on that platform. Springing up for Tony. Do so as well if you need to. Using that strap, make sure you have a nice wide stance in those hips. You want to be square to the machine. First 30 are down. This is a quad burner. That marks halfway. Solidly yellow heart rate. Last 30 seconds. Calf pulses are a great option here if you'd like to. Extend that calf outwards. 15 seconds, we're going to end the leg block with bungee curls. That's in 5. Slip that bungee around that right foot. We're going into bungee ham curls. Make sure to get that foot up in a 90-degree position rather. Extending that heel towards and away from that derriere. Halfway. Very challenging move. We're only here for 60 seconds. "15 seconds, heading to the back for reverse crunch. Make sure to spring down to 1 black spring. Kick off that bungee. Take yourself to the back once you've sprung down. Forearms are on the platform in the back. Imagine a string pulling that butt straight up in the air as you contract those abdominals. Keeping constant tension on that core. Halfway. 15 seconds, giant reverse side crunch. You're just going to angle those knees towards the logo wall, the left side. Actually, we're going right side, forgive me. Angle those knees towards the build wall. Giant reverse side crunch. Knees point towards that build wall. Exact same move as reverse crunch, just focusing on that right oblique. Halfway. "15 seconds, you're going to straighten out that right forearm for a giant reverse side plank thread. Anchor yourself with that rear handlebar if you'd like. That's in 3. Giant reverse side plank thread. Knees face the same direction. Notice how Tony is anchoring with that handlebar with his right hand. Halfway. Short oblique block today, but these are 2 hard ones. "15 seconds, we're hopping over the back platform for giant serve the platter. Grabbing those red cables, springing up. 3. Giant serve the platter with the red cables. Make sure to change your springs accordingly. Tony's choosing to kneel at the back of the machine as opposed to sit on that platform. He's halfway through. "15 seconds. 2 giant shoulder press. Quick transition here. Transitioning to giant shoulder press. Take a breath. Jump right in. Solidly yellow heart rate. Halfway. Student's choice, we have tricep extensions or tricep dips if those cables are too heavy. That's in 10. Retaining the red cables for tricep extension or dropping them for tricep dips, or switching your spring load to accommodate tricep dips. Halfway. Keeping those elbows in nice and tight. "15 seconds, we're turning and facing the front for giant lat raise. That's in 5. Turning around, you keeping those cables for giant lat raise. You may need to lower your spring load. Nice posture, feet anchored, hip width apart. Nice job, Tony. Halfway. "15 seconds, we're going to giant chest open. Again, check your spring load. Giant chest open, you're halfway through your routine. Make sure that those pulleys are not stuck in any way. Squeeze those rear delts. Halfway. "15 seconds, transitioning to giant sexy back. Giant sexy back. Nice yellow heart rate, Tony. Keeping that head nice and high. Elbows nice and high too. Halfway. "15 seconds to giant bicep curls. Last 5. Giant bicep curls. If you need a little more tension, stepping up on the platform will give you a little more. Nice. High elbows. TGI halfway. Solidly red heart rate. 15 seconds. We're ending this in giant lat pull. Kneeling on that rear platform, grab that rear carriage. That's in 3. Finishing our upper body block with giant lat pull. Kneeling on that rear platform. Choices include doing one arm at a time for 30 seconds or both at a heavier load. halfway. "15 seconds, we're gonna make that core remember who we are. We're going back to super crunch. Make sure to spring down to 1 black spring. That's in 5. Make sure the carriage touches so you do, in fact, engage the spring you want. Super crunch. It's more of a super lift than a super crunch. Keep that chest nice and high as you lift that chest towards the front. Halfway. "15 seconds, we're going to forward crunch. Kneeling on that rear platform, forearms on the carriage. That's in 5. Forward crunch. Again, pulling that butt up like a string is pulling it as you contract those abdominals. Halfway. "15 seconds, we're going to off-side floor lunge, left side floor lunge. Left foot will be on the left side of the machine. In 3. Taking it back up to the front. Good solid yellow heart rate. Setting yourself up, making sure everything's where you think it is. Use those mirrors. First 30 are down. Perfect knee ankle orientation. And you're halfway. Make sure those hips are facing forward. Nice. Halfway. Last 30, actually. Head into your long jump if you'd like the challenge. Headed to spider lunge, spring change. Spider lunge. Loading up to 1 red or 1.1. This time the right knee gets to have a nice high position. Love that knee position, Tony. First 30 you're down. Halfway. If you need to break out of it, break out completely. Realign yourself and jump back in. Last 30 seconds. "15 seconds. We're stepping up for skating. Left foot will be on the platform, right on the carriage. In 3. Stepping up onto that platform for skating. Adjust your springs if you need to. First 30 are down. Stay with it. Or break out completely. Halfway. Seriously, allergies are not joking around down here, y'all. Heart rate solidly yellow. Smack that glute. Get it going. Last 30 seconds. "15 seconds transitioning to reverse running man. Heading to the front platform, facing the back. Right foot will be under that front carriage strap. That's in 3. Just lowering yourself down to your kneeling. Adjust springs if you need. Left leg kicks out that carriage. First 30 are down. This is your last 2-minute move. Killing it. Halfway. Last 30 seconds. Finishing off this leg with our bungee curl. 15 seconds. That's in 5. And flipping that bungee right onto that left foot. Getting that nice 90-degree angle in that knee. And then bending that heel forward and back. Again, a very challenging move. Halfway. Feel free to spring down to one black spring. "15 seconds. We're headed to reverse plank to pike in the last 5 minutes of your routine. Springing down. Now. Reverse plank to pike. Reverse plank to pike. Reverse plank to pike. Gonna hit that core first, then we'll head back to the back for those obliques. Eyesight follows. So as you're piking, you're looking at those knees. Halfway. "15 seconds, giant reverse side crunch, the back of the machine. Giant reverse side crunch. Take a moment to get your breath. Squeezing those abdominals. Leaving those psoas out. Halfway. "15 seconds to giant reverse side plank thread. Giant reverse side plank thread. Make sure that forearm is on that platform, anchor against that handlebar. Very challenging move. Halfway. "15 seconds, we're headed to an X-strap crunch. Sitting on the back platform, tuck those toes underneath that X-strap in the well. X-strap crunch. Solidly red heart rate. This is really hitting those lower backs. Halfway, we have one more move. Tony's cranking his heart rate. 15 seconds from your plank hold ending. Plank hold of any kind. Giant plank for the challenge. Kneeling plank if it's a little too hard. Whatever in between you'd like. First 15 are gone. Halfway. Last 15 seconds, you've got this. Last 3. And you are out. Relax. Grab a cloth and wipe your brow. Grab some water. Let that heart rate come down. Still solidly yellow. It's a Friday here, as we mentioned. Remember, water before wine. You started your weekend off right.